You don't have to get into a 9 to 5 just to make a lot of money.
My name is Daniel. I'm 18 years old and I'm from London.
I started learning through YouTube and also some of my friends who also taught me. I think if I could start again, I think the only wish I have was that I started at a younger age. Honestly, if I was not a trader at this age, I don't think I would know what I'd be doing right now.
Hello, my name is Daniel. I'm 18 years old and I'm from London, United Kingdom. I finished my A-levels in the summer of 2024 and I took a gap year in order to start learning how to trade Forex and also earn some money on the side. So like most people my age, it was mainly through social media and also some of my friends that also were in Forex trading before me. And they were putting this idea into my head where you can make a lot of money from trading, and that made me quite interested because of the potential that Forex trading has and always has had before in the past. So I have a part-time job working in catering, serving food to the members of the public and also within events. So it was never my dream job to take part in catering. I was into computer science and still am, and that's what I'll be taking in university. However, the idea of Forex trading came into my head. I was getting into more interest in that compared to computer science, and now I'm starting to look into making this as a full-time job rather than just on the side. But now it seems as if I want to make Forex my full-time job compared to my catering job, where I would want to take less time into and be fully reliant on my trading. So I live with my mom, my dad, and also my younger sister. They're supportive as a family, I believe. And I know that I can always rely on them for any support or advice that they might be able to provide for me. I have a few hobbies, mainly going to the gym, playing a bit of basketball, spending time with my girlfriend, also playing a lot of video games before. However, as time progressed, I mainly focused on Forex and trying to improve my strategy and spending a lot more time on Forex compared to video games. And whilst that might have been hard for myself as someone that really enjoyed it, I'm starting to like getting into Forex more so than not. Like most people my age, it was mainly through social media platforms such as TikTok and Instagram. We had these large content creators making hundreds and thousands of profit every single day. And that made me realize you don't have to get into a 9 to 5 just to make a lot of money. There's other paths that you could take to make that amount of money or even more at such a young age. I started learning through YouTube and also some of my friends who also taught me how to trade. I would use the YouTube tutorials to teach me some of the basics of trading, and then I would get some of my friends to give me another point of view on how to trade. Therefore, I would have a further developed understanding on how to trade and the understanding of the market. I would use platforms such as MetaTrader 5 in order to create a demo account, start paper trading on there before I went on to funded accounts and evaluations. So I would be making 10% on these demo accounts in order to practice passing a evaluation account, where most prop firms would require 10% in order to pass one phase. And that's what I did repeatedly over 3 months in order to make 10% on multiple accounts. I think if I could start again, I think the only wish I have was that I started at a younger age or earlier in my career. Had I known about trading earlier, I feel as if I could have developed myself into a much better trader than what I am right now. But obviously, I'm still very happy as to where I am right now today. On a typical day where I'd be trading, I'd wake up at 6:30, make some breakfast, go outside for a bit just to get some fresh air. And then I'd be going onto my computer and look for on the market for essentially a bias for the day. And also, if there aren't any opportunities for that day, then I'd go straight to the gym, work out for a few hours, come back home, make some lunch, and do whatever I want to for the rest of the day. So it was quite hard for me to find that balance between trading and my social life, because I would be spending a lot of time with my friends and family, and ever since trading came into the back of my head, I would constantly be focusing on trading, looking at the charts every day on my phone, never actually interacting with my family. And I feel like I lost a connection with them, especially with my parents. And I obviously regret losing that connection. However, as I realized that I didn't need to always be on the charts every single day, every single second of the hour, I managed to essentially rebuild that connection with my parents, and if anything, get stronger and create a better connection with them as a whole. My first payout ever was with FundedNext, and it was around $450 with them. And although it might not seem like a lot, it was still a huge building block towards the start of my Forex journey. After receiving the first payout within 24 hours, I managed to give a small amount, but a helpful amount towards my parents in order to help them pay for the rent of this place that I'm living in right now. And whilst that might not seem like much for them, it seemed like quite a lot to me, because it meant that I was able to help them financially, and they didn't have to just rely on themselves to provide, and they can also start relying on me. It was quite hard for me to describe Forex trading to my parents. With them being raised in a different country, I found it hard for them to understand how Forex trading worked. And instead of them looking at the rewards of trading, they mainly focused on the risks because of how volatile trading is as an industry. When I gave a portion of my payout to my parents, they gave me such a surprised and also happy look on their faces. Not only because I was helping them out with rent, but also because it made them realize the potential that trading has as an industry and how much I can actually grow in this industry. Bearing in mind that was only a 6K account, and I had made around 8% on profit. With the account size being only 6K and me making 8% profit in a week, it made them realize how much potential trading has. And I helped them understand that with a larger capital account, I can make a lot more money with this compared to just with the 6K account.
My name is Melody and I'm Daniel's mom. At the beginning, I was a bit skeptical about it, but obviously I trust Daniel. He's intelligent enough and I'm proud of what he's done in the past with his A-levels and GCSE. So my husband and I decided to support him all the way. Well, we're both really shocked and happy about it. And just surprised that he shared some of his earnings. So at least whatever we got, we can put it towards holiday or something. We're very proud of what he's done and achieved so far, and I hope that he'll do well in the future, so I wish him all the luck and best.
FundedNext provide a lot of information on their YouTube and also on their Instagram posts, being able to help with risk management, staying disciplined, and also just helping traders understand the markets as a whole. They do talks with a lot of traders that have gained a massive amount of payouts throughout their journey of trading, which can help with the traders that are starting out understand how to get paid out properly, what not to do whilst trading, and what also is good whilst trading. Over the next few years, I hope to achieve maybe 7-figure funding, and being able to scale up my capital with FundedNext and other prop firms as well, so that I can maximize the amount of capital that I gain from trading prop firms. Hopefully in the future I'd be able to buy my own apartment, my own car, because I don't want to rely on my dad to drive me everywhere. And also being able to live financially free without having to ask for support from my parents. And mainly just enjoy my life, being able to not having to work 9 to 5 every weekday, and instead be able to just work 1 to 2 hours a day. Honestly, if I was not a trader at this age, I don't think I would know what I'd be doing right now. Being only 18, with so much things in the world that you could be doing at this age, I feel as if I'd be kind of lost and wouldn't really know what to do. Yes, I believe I was missing out on my teenage years, because at such a young age already, I was working my part-time job, constantly working, not being able to go out with my friends because I had work. And then also the introduction of trading meant that I had essentially 0 hours in the morning to do whatever I wanted. And I had to just focus fully on the charts, otherwise I'd miss out on opportunities that may come. I feel like having no social life made me quite miserable, and it was quite sad to see myself just constantly on the charts, on my computer, not interacting with anybody. However, being able to find that balance, it made my life a lot more happier, and I wish that I could continue to find this balance and stick with this balance so I can continue trading in the way I want. I had a wide range of emotions from my friends about me learning how to trade and becoming a trader. I had some of my friends supporting it, and they also got interested into trading. Like, I'd be helping them understand the charts, helping them with some of the basics of trading so that they can become and learn how to become a Forex trader. I would teach them how to read the charts, help them understand some key information about the charts, and help them become a better Forex trader overall. On the other hand, I had some of my friends who were quite unsupportive of my trading journey. A lot of them saying, "Oh, you won't make it big in this industry, just stick to a 9 to 5. I didn't listen to any of that, because I knew the potential I had in the industry, and I know I can make this something quite big for myself and for my family and for some of the friends that decided to stick on. For all the younger generation around my age and those who are interested in trading, I think stick to it. It's a good industry. There's always going to be risk in everything that you do, and trading is one of those risks as well. However, the reward that you can get from trading can honestly change your life, and it can make you become a lot better as a person. You become more disciplined, you become stronger in your mind, you become essentially a better person for yourself. I think my biggest lesson so far is learning how to stay disciplined whilst in the markets. You have to make sure that you don't chase any of your losses and not always focus on making big profits, not always chasing the money, because at the end of the day, if you end up losing any of your accounts, it's on you and no one else. You can't just blame the market on everything. And I know that traders have different strategies, so that if one person's winning, somebody else might be losing, and it's the same market. Everyone has the same market. If you lose a trade, stop for a second and rethink your strategy before going on to another trade, and that should help with your discipline. learning how to stay off the charts is just important as waking up on time for the charts. Staying through every session whilst trading is also just as important as being able to stay off a session whilst trading.